What's up, fam? Welcome back to another market and trade review session. Today is January 30th. We absolutely crushed it on live. Went 4 for 4 today, but I want to just go through the trades I took, some of the mistakes I personally made, as well as a few good trades that I missed out on, and what I would have done differently. All right, so let's just start off here on the hourly time frame. Yesterday, we had a pretty nice move down, right? We did eventually find some resistance up here. We sold off, we broke some market structure on the 1 hour time frame, and we ended up finding some strong demand down here where it was previously supply. So we held this hourly level, held this demand, we got bought back up, and then we ended the day somewhere in the middle of this range. So opening up today, we actually opened up where this yellow line is, and we were looking for a few different things. I'll drop down to the 5 minute real quick. The first thing was we wanted to see if we were going to test these highs, and in this supply area again, we also had an hourly level at 741. So the key levels we were watching today were obviously yesterday's highs around 715, and then this hourly around 741. So I was risk off at market open. There was definitely a valid setup on the 1 and the 2 minute time frame right here. If I was being more aggressive, I actually did like this entry. So we basically pushed down, we manipulated to the downside right here. Then we got bought back up aggressively. And then once we reclaimed this hourly level, we actually got a buy setup back over the open. So if I was trading a little bit more aggressively, this is a setup I would actually normally take right here. It's a valid buy, and I'd be looking to take that up to London highs or yesterday's highs, as well as this hourly level. That would have been a really, really good trade. I would have had my stop below, probably, I'd have to say probably below VWAP, realistically. So a position here would be like an entry, stop below VWAP, so about 20 points. And then my main target would be this hourly level, and I would definitely trim some at yesterday's highs as well right here. So that would have been a really nice 3 to 4 hour trade right there. Nonetheless, I did not take that setup. I just wanted to point it out for you guys. The setup I did take, though, was the rejection off this hourly level up here. We got really overextended. We were about 60 points overextended on the 2 minute. On the 5 minute time frame, we were even more overextended. We were about 72 points overextended. So you guys know my slingshot bounce. It's one of my favorite setups for a really quick scalp, is when we get really overextended coming into a key level. So that's exactly what I took, was this rejection play right here. I took it right next to the hourly, had my stop above highs, and I was just targeting a quick 1 to 2 hour trade. So I trimmed one at about 20 points right here, and then I held the other one and was able to get about 47, 48 points on this move, which is actually a lot more than I was looking for. But hey, sometimes you get lucky. It's better to be lucky than good every once in a while, right? Now, after that happened, we did inverse this fair value gap right here. And this is the setup I actually was pretty keen to take. And again, I don't know if I wasn't paying attention or my head just wasn't in the game, or I was thinking that we were just going to continue back up. So I was a little bit more risk off. But I also kind of like taking a stab here as well. Right. The reason being is we inversed this, we came right back into this imbalance, and then we rejected rather aggressively. And I would have probably looked to take that down to VWAP in the open. It definitely would have been a little bit aggressive, right? But I'd have my stop over this high, and then I'd be looking for a move down towards this level right here, VWAP and the open. And that would have also been a nice trade to take, right? So that would have been about a 3R from there, and it would have played out really nicely. All right, obviously it's easier to see these things in hindsight, but it is a setup I would have looked for. We would have put in a lower high, we tested right back into that imbalance, use it as resistance. It is a setup I would typically try and grab, so I just guess I need to get my head in the game. All right, now again, I took another overextended bounce play. We had London lows right here at about 573. We fell super aggressively, pretty much straight down into that level. On the 2 minute and the 5 minute time frame, we were, let's measure how overextended we were for you guys. Right at this point, we were, come on, want to work? Boom. About 70 points overextended on the 2 minute and probably about 80, 85 points overextended on the 5 minute time frame. So again, very similar criteria to the short up here. And I took that as early as I could as soon as I started seeing this bounce. So I got filled right here, and it was just a quick 20, 25 point long right from here. I got filled pretty close to the top. Could I have made more with the trade? Yes, but that's not the goal with this specific setup. It's just to grab a really quick 1 to 2R bounce. This one ended up being closer to 3, which is fantastic. All right, so that was trade number 2 that I took. And then the third trade came right here. We broke lows, came back up, tried to reclaim the hourly level, never broke structure on any time frames, and then rejected aggressively. And I took this trending sell right here, hoping we could push down towards 500. And this was just a quick in. I did have a trim somewhere through here. I'm not sure exactly where it was, but it was around this vicinity right here. So that was entry came right there. Stop was over the high of that bar. Trim some at this low, I believe, so about 30 points. And then my final exit was about 52 or 53 points, so right around here. Boom, so that was about 2.5R right there. I'll just keep this on. And then we bounced aggressively. I was actually pretty cautious with entering this. The reason I did is because I liked what it looked like on the 15 at that time. So on the 15, basically we just consolidated. We pushed all the way up. We rejected once, and then we rejected again in this area. So I was looking for a much bigger follow through and push down. We were holding underneath London lows and underneath this hourly level. So I did like how it looked on a higher time frame coming into this. So I'll go back to the 2 minute real quick, and I'll show you where I entered. After this, we came back up. We had this big rejection right here. I did take a starter position right here. So this was a starter. And this was 3 MNQ. So 3 MNQ. Man, I'm really, really killing the markups right now. All right, 3 MNQ. Bro, what the frick is going on? Why am I in caps? I'm so sorry, guys. You're just gonna have to deal with it today. All right, so we took a 3 MNQ starter right here, and then once I saw us push back up and reject again, I added another 4 right here. So I added 4 right there. And then this one was really nice. Was able to take a quick trim off right here where this yellow line is. And then I took the last one off as we were breaking these lows. Could I have held longer? Should I have held longer? Yes, I should have. In fact, what I probably should have done, and I was already up a good bit at this point, but I didn't want to get too greedy in my trading, and that was actually affecting my execution. I should have taken the first trim off at lows here, and then I should have held some runners and let it run. I didn't have any other main targets until we got down to this area. But even if I just trimmed a little bit as we were falling every 15, 20 points, I could have trimmed like 3 or 4 here, got another trim off, probably got another trim off here, and then maybe gotten stopped out of runners through here. I probably wouldn't have even gotten stopped out until up here, to be honest. So I could have maximized the trade a lot better, in hindsight, but it is what it is. I took some profits off there, and then I took some profits off somewhere through here. This is the 1 minute or the 2 minute. So nonetheless, it was still a really good trade. This was up here. This was here. I think it was. So I trailed my stop back up to here because my original stop was here. Trailed it to here. Got out here. So it was still a little over a 2R. I left some money on the table. It is what it is, but it's regardless, 7 MNQ for about 60 points. It was still very lucrative. All right. And then at that point, I called it a session. I was very happy with the trades for the day. The executions, like I said, I missed some opportunities. I could have maximized this a little bit more, but sometimes you can't complain. I mean, those are some solid trades. We caught, again, a little, not 200 points, but probably like 170, 180 points overall, which is a phenomenal day. I'm never complaining with that. This setup right here, I really, really like, and I wasn't trading at this time, but this would have been an absolutely killer setup. Came all the way down here, tried to make new lows, swept this liquidity, then got bought up super aggressively on high volume right here, which is what I look for. There is no inverse fair value gap or anything to go off of, but once I see this, after taking out a low, that's like a telltale sign of a reversal for me. So taking an entry through here would have been super ideal. And this is one that you could have targeted the recent highs. You could have targeted the hourly and VWAP so easily because there's really no resistance in this area. There was no internal range liquidity. It was pretty much a straight shot up. So this one would have been an absolute banger. Say you entered here and you had your stops below that signal bar, risking about 21. I mean, even if you trim some here, like 70, 80 points, like your main target would have been this hourly level or VWAP. So that would have been a 130 point trade, about a 6R, which is just, an absolute banger. But anyways, guys, those are the trades I took. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, let me know. I know this video is a lot longer than usual. I guess my brain's kind of fried right now. But anyways, I love you guys. Talk soon. If you found this video helpful and you want to trade these exact setups live with me in real time in our trading academy, click the link in my description. You can do this completely free, no risk for 7 days. Check it out, see if you're a good fit. And in addition to all the live trading, you can join our weekly webinars. You can get your questions answered. You get to be a part of a kick-ass community, and you get to check out all of our really good trading and self-mastery resources. I hope to see you in there.